of January 2025. Well, January has actually been, they say it's 72 weeks. Because, you want to do something, Marcel?
Very long.
I mean, but, well, thank God we've come to the end of January anyway. Because, I mean, I was still wondering, we're still in January. Why? Why?
It's a month that never leaves.
All right, yes, so welcome. This is Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. Let's begin. Don't forget, Spotlight is the show where we look at trending issues ranging from politics, governance, health, education, business, and many more well-informed information. Right here, today on Spotlight, we'll turn the sports into the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, their multi-level crisis. Yes, PDP is currently facing internal crises at multiple levels, leading to conflict among its members. A recent Board of Trustees BOT meeting in Abuja turned chaotic when supporters of Senator Samuel Anyang clashed with those of former National Youth Leader Sunday Ude Okoye. Well, the altercation escalated to the point where security operatives, including soldiers and police officers, had to intervene, highlighting the deep divisions within the party's leadership. In response to this, PDP governors have scheduled an emergency summit in Asaba, Delta State, to address the party's internal challenges today. And as I'm talking to you right now, governors of the PDP probably will be dusting their shoes, ironing their shirt or agbada, whatever which, and ready for the meeting. The acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, has stressed the need for unity, blaming some party leaders for fueling the crisis. Well, let's hear from the national acting chairman of PDP, that's Umar Damagum, and then also we'll hear from the acting the chairman PDP Board of Trustees, Adolphus Wabara. All of those conversations right here on Spotlight and Super 92.7 FM. Let's listen to Damagum and Adolphus.
Most of this crisis that you see today within the NWC is propelled by our leaders that are supposed to unite us. Some of us are also complicit, and I want to use this opportunity to caution us, caution our leaders. You may have ambition, but you don't ride on a dead horse to reach your destination.
Let me express my profound disappointment over the crisis currently rocking the leadership of the National Working Committee. As elder statesmen and women, leaders who hold the trust of the generality of our party members and the public, it is disheartening that these issues have not been resolved. In the light of these challenges, I again urge the National Working Committee to honor its words and convene the NEC meeting as scheduled in February 2025.
And yes, that's the voice of the PDP acting national chairman, yes, Umar Damagum, and also the chairman of the PDP Board of Trustees, Adolphus Wabara. I mean, let's come to our guest right here. You know him, who is a public affairs analyst and also a university lecturer, Barrister Deji Olaleye. Barrister Deji, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
And also we have a journalist and a public affairs analyst right here, Mr. Taiwo Olakba. Mr. Taiwo, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right, so let's move into the conversation. I mean, Barrister, you heard it from Damagum saying that leaders are supposed to unite. Who are these leaders that are supposed to unite us? I mean, are we pointing hand to Atiku right now, or I mean, there are other members of the PDP who are fueling crisis? Wike is there. We have also Fubara, in Rivers State. All of this. Who are these leaders who are spiting crisis in PDP?
Well, I don't want to talk about those spiting crises, but I want to say that PDP is one party over the years that had established itself as a formidable party for purposes of governance. And the track record of PDP over the years had been there from the beginning of our nascent democratic experience. Okay. And having said that, one would notice that there are founding fathers of PDP. And it's unfortunate that in line with what the national chairman have said, most of the founding fathers of PDP who ought to have waded in to reduce this problem, this crisis in the party, had been silent. And that's where the problem is. Over the last 4 years, quite a number of them have been silent about issues involving the party, particularly the crisis that had been brewing over time. And that's one aspect. Then you also find that even the cracks within the leadership of the party, the NEC, the National Working Committee of the party, and also the Board of Trustees of the party, there are polarization of issues, ideas. One cannot also dismiss the element of destabilization and infiltration by their next door political party, that's the APC, also to ensure that the PDP house is not in order, so that they can.
I mean, this is a house that has been in existence since 1996.
Yes.
And it seems to be like they're not getting their house in order. I mean,
well, one of the main issue that had divided the party, if you may ask me, is the continuous imposition of Atiku as a presidential candidate in that party. They have so many other problems, but most of the problems will have been better managed internally if the Atiku issue is not dominant as a major crisis in the party. A situation where only one person is being projected over time as the presidential candidate of the party, and no other person can emerge as presidential candidate. And if you know PDP very well, PDP is a party that believes in zoning. All right? Yeah. And where zoning are done and they are flaunted or flawed, obviously you expect pockets of dissension and opposition. That's what led to the creation of the G5. That's what led to the breakaway of some of the very strong political elements in PDP at that time.
Even the Senate president, I mean, he was a very strong member of the PDP.
Yes. For a long time, people like Adolphus Nwabara had been silent too, even though he's chairman of the BOT of the party. Of course, you remember also Peter Obi had to leave that party at a stage. And then also the Wike angle, the Wike crisis that came up, and also the polarization of the fraternity that was in the PDP at that time as a result of this article issue. And that fragmentation was what opened up the emergence of the APC as a new mega party that is now almost formidable, and PDP seems to be having problem challenging.
Let me hear from you, Mr. Taiwo. I mean, all of this crisis, are you in agreement with what Barrister said?
Thank you very much. I'm in total agreement with what the barrister has said. In essence, number one, the current crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party started with in the build up to 2023 presidential election. Okay. Like he said, they zoned the ticket for the presidency to the south, but eventually who emerged the candidate of the party, and that's why Wike, I'm sorry to say, may never forgive the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, because this same Wike, particularly Aminu Tambuwa, that was the first person to say, I'm declaring my support for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. The same Wike personally ensured that the PDP had their convention for in the build up to 2019 election in Rivers State, just for Aminu Tambuwa to emerge as a candidate of the party. But what happened about 4 years later? The same Tambuwa that Wike declared total support for was the same person
that stepped down.
That now stepped down for Atiku Abubakar. Ordinarily, if people did not step down, maybe Wike will have emerged the candidate of the party. And again, you recall that there was an agreement in Delta State. All of them were there. In Delta State, that let us zone our presidency to the south. So it's not rocket science. It's not rocket. Whether you like it or not, they may not like Wike, but they need to appeal to him, because I can categorically say that they've done something wrong to that man, and it may take a while for him to say, I want to forgive the PDP. If not, they will continue to just do.
Are you saying categorically that Wike is the one infiltrating the party?
Whether you like it or not, Wike is a very strong member of the People's Democratic Party. At the point, he was the sole founder of that party.
But
at the point,
but this right now, he's romancing the ruling party.
Well, he said he's serving the country, and serving under APC-led government. Okay, he's serving as a minister of the FCT. Is he not performing? Between me and you, let us be honest. Let's take party affiliations away from it. When you want to pick 3 performing ministers under this government now, are you saying that Wike will not come on your list?
Are we going to describe the destruction of buildings in Abuja right now that the governors are complaining as part of?
Are against the original master plan of the FCT? Why not? If they are against the original master, even when El-Rufai came, El-Rufai, of course, do you know how many demolition El-Rufai did when it was the FCT minister? So I'm not saying that they should willfully destroy people's property, but I'm saying categorically that if those property are against the law, if they violate the law, if they are not in line with the master plan, why not? What do we want to talk about? The construction of roads in Abuja now. There are so many roads there are so many villages that do not have a good road network. Go and check. Wike has done so many things, except for the fact that the crisis is also having with the governor Similar Fubara in Rivers State. Aside that, the man is working well, even under the APC-led government.
Well, I'm talking about El-Rufai. A lot of people have been coming, to him, even Igbo Kwe, former president, vice president, spokesperson, but now he has also, joined. A lot of powerful people, are crossing the carpet to come to the APC. But El-Rufai has come out to say that right now, what is being practiced right now is tyranny in power. Do you agree to that?
Obviously, I want to agree with what he has said.
And it seems there is fear in the camp of the APC now that El-Rufai is juggling.
Yes, obviously, you know that these are the players. These are the players.
Is it that strong? Just because it was a governor or a minister?
Not just that. If you understand, he was instrumental even in assisting the president to win the primaries. Okay, El-Rufai was. Well, if you remember, the 12 governors of the North were all owing allegiance to El-Rufai. And El-Rufai was the one who deployed them to assist the present president to be able to carry the ticket.
So you're feeling betrayed right now?
And it was expected, even as at that time, that El-Rufai was going to be a major player in this government. And the president presented that impression when they went to Chatham House. Yeah. You can see that what happened at the Chatham House interview and all of that. He was principally the leader of the delegation, kind of. And almost all the questions were directed at him.
But the table turned around during the House. When
obviously, the power players exited him. And if you know El-Rufai very well, he's not somebody who forgives. He has stayed quiet for a while. And now it's time for him to realign, to readjust himself, to re-strategize. Of course, you know that he has been involved in a lot of consultation with so many people to be able to see which direction to go. Follow. And of course, all that you are seeing now is a realignment of forces. Okay, those governors that are going to eat in the APC from PDP, they know why they are doing it. They want to be part of the party in power. And of course, many Nigerian politicians don't want to be outside the circle of power, circle of influence. So you find that some bootlickers, some of them who don't have personal principle of their own, those who don't have integrity, you see them moving from their party into the ruling party and all of that. But having said that, one will look at the fact that as of today, most of these men cannot be trusted. That is the truth about it. And of course, again, the issue of the problem, the crisis in the party. My good brother mentioned that aspect of Wike's involvement and participation and all that. Well, it is very, very correct that at a time, Wike was principally when all the fathers, all the elders abandoned the party. Wike was the sustaining force for the party. One cannot dismiss that. Wike was the one that was calculatively organizing most of the elections, assisting people to retain their office when there was a federal might being used against some state. You remember what happened in Edo State at that time, and his involvement in ensuring that Obaseki is given a second tenure. Also that of Bala Muhammad in Bauchi State and all of that. So you find even that of Makinde too in Oyo and all of that. So you find that Wike had been instrumental in us. Even Benue at that time, even Benue under Autumn, when Autumn was having that crisis, he provided some emotional and psychological support to ensure that the man is entrenched in his state, and all of that. So one cannot dismiss Wike's contribution to PDP. But it has come to a high point that Wike needs to redefine himself where he wants to belong to. All right? Whether he wants to remain in the PDP or he wants to join the APC that he's working for as of today. And I think that major crisis is, and the bitterness he has, just like my brother said earlier on, the bitterness of not being recognized for what he had, the contributions he had made in the party, in the PDP, and being treated shabbily by the leaders of the party. And then again, I want to say this: the chairman of the BOT have not done well. Okay, Adolphus Nwaba.
He said he's disappointed by the whole activity.
People are disappointed in him too. It's not just, for a long time, he did not hold the bull by the horn. He did not have a view. He did not put the party together, because the board of trustee of the party is the highest body in that political party. And whoever occupies the chairmanship of that particular division controls a lot in the party. It should have been a unifying force in the party. But there is a lot of sectional politics that he seems to be playing, and that is playing out again now in the southeast. Yeah. The conflict that is in the southeast now is because he has support for a particular candidate for the office of the Secretary General. Samuel Anyanwu had gone to contest for governorship of the state and had left the office of the Secretary General, and Ude Okoye was put there to be in charge of that. You cannot eat your cake and have it. So the support to
and Okoye has a judgment of the court.
Yes, Okoye has a judgment. Not only that, all the argument, I have read all the argument online, and some of the comments that Sam Anyanwu have made, that he did not resign from the office, that he only stepped aside, that he was elected at the convention and all of that. If you are going to, everybody knows the rule. If you are going to contest for an election, you are supposed to resign. And if you have not resigned, you are deemed to have resigned from that position.
But it didn't happen to those states where the governor didn't resign.
Those are some of the anomalous aspects of our political life. Okay, they are strange development. They are not proper thing to be done. If you are going to contest for an election in a state, you cannot continue to hold your position as a member of the party, as an executive member of the party.
What do you say about the cases rather of the current Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and even the former Senate President, what's his name again? They also contested in the APC primary election. The former Senate President, the one from Yobe State, Senator, what's his name again?
Senate President.
The former Senate President.
For the APC.
Before Godswill Akpabio. What's his name again?
Ahmed Lawa.
Ahmed Lawa, yeah. Both of them contested for presidential tickets in the APC, and we knew the way they got back to the Senate. You and I know that they didn't even contest in the primary for senatorial. They are now back as the candidate of the party, and now even
there were even issues in court. There were issues in court.
Over that matter.
Yeah, because someone already won. Yes. Someone already won his seat. Yes. And then when he come back, he had to settle the other person.
They tried to use political solution, but there are legal process, there are legal steps that are involved. Yeah. Okay, you cannot be holding an office of a party, a political party, and be contesting for an office. All these razzmatazz of using the military and the police to create problem in the party. You saw the last meeting they held, where he is the one presiding over the Southeast Caucus meeting. where is the issue of is being eligible or being returned as secretary, where your issue, the validity of your legislation is to be discussed.
You can't be a judge in your own case.
In your own case.
That was where they exchanged blows and all.
Leave so that they can properly discuss the issue, and then a resolution is passed.
All right, Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, it's time for you to be part of this conversation right here on Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. Yes, we're talking about the PDP multi-level crisis. 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927. Or you can also send us messages via WhatsApp on 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Let's hear from you in all of this conversation, talking about a political party, People's Democratic Party, and the multi-level crisis rocking the party. This is like wars on all sides. That's a story of the People's Democratic Party. Well, there's recent crisis where the PDP River State chapter, where Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor, Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, on one hand also causing chaos in the NWC. And also they said it is difficult and impossible, where Siminalayi Fubara has said that he doesn't want Damagum as the chairman. And also Wike is also playing his own part there, slammed the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed, for his opposition to Umaru Damagum-led National Working Committee. Do you think power is coming to play now with, Wike saying he doesn't want this? Fubara is also saying he doesn't want this. What do you think will happen?
Yes, I think what is happening is politics of interest. Everybody trying to get his interest into the front burner, okay, within the party, and also for the positioning, the strategic positioning of their candidates in the party.
So all of this now is
now
for 2027.
Yes, it's all about 2027, and I don't know why Nigerian politicians are this terrible. Seriously speaking, I don't know. Most of these people have an office. Some of them elected into political offices, and one will expect them to sit down and face the challenges of those offices to provide the welfare or the dividend of democracy for the people. But unfortunately, it's all about politics. Nigeria today is all about politics. It's not about governance anymore. And the elevation of politics above governance is why we are having this problem on our hand. Why Nigeria is not making any progress, why the economy is going down, why the polity is being heated up, why there is so much crisis in the country, and less of governance.
Less of governance. Let me come to you, Mr. Taiwo. Do you think PDP are playing the role of the opposition?
That's a very tough one. For now, I don't think they are doing as much as they should do. Even the lowman ranger, Mr. Peter Obi, anytime he sneezes, you can see that the APC is catching cold. The APC is even more looking towards Peter Obi than even the People's Democratic. They see PDP as some people say it's a party that is dead, that is even dead and buried. Quite unfortunate. And for me, whether we like it or not, we need a viral opposition. That's what we need. That's what we need for.
You said the APC has seen PDP as a party that is dead and buried. Yes. Whose fault is that?
Of course, the party leadership. The party leadership.
Are you not seeing the APC in play here?
Whether you like it or not, I watched Senator Ajibola Bashiru, the secretary of the APC, on one of local televisions, and he was making a comment that if I'm supporting, that's the logic that he used. If I'm a supporter of Arsenal, do you expect that I want to see Chelsea thriving? Do you expect that I want to see Manchester United playing and doing well? Do you expect that I want to see Manchester City doing well? And that's exactly the way politics is. What I would like to say, though, we play politics of winner takes all in this our own environment, which is also bad. But whether you like it or not, politics to politicians in the country is like we must win it at all costs. And all we have been seeing at the moment is just a gameplay ahead of 2027. Whether you like it, whether a comment made by El Rufai or Peter Obi or Rotimi Amechi, or Atiku Abubakar, or even coming from the Bola Tinubu
clan,
political whatever.
Political
it
clan.
is all about 2027, and it's quite unfortunate, just like the barrister said that we've left governance for politics, and that's why governance is suffering back here in the country, which is quite unfortunate. For PDP, they really need to put their house in order, and whether they like it or not, time is really
not on their side.
Time is not on their side. Before you know it, we have been talking about the build up to 2027 presidential election, and you still be talking about PDP looking for a way to rally around to resolve their crisis, and whether they like it or not, they must put Wike as the center point of resolving the crisis within that party. If possible,
are you saying PDP should go back to call Wike and have a meeting with Wike?
Wike is
maybe that could happen in
Wike is a major player in the
Delta,
PDP. Whether you like it or not, you may not like what he's doing to Governor Fubara in Rivers State, but if you talk about PDP as a party, Wike is a very strong voice. Wike was the one who led, just like the barrister said, 5 other governors, and that's the reason why they failed woefully during the 2020 presidential election, because you can't lose 5 governors at the detriment of the national chairman of the party. People were expecting.
I mean, even in your states, I mean, they went for the APC vote. I mean, in the state.
You know, because Atiku Abubakar failed to allow what's his name, the former chairman of the party there. You know, he refused to trade the Yochahayu, and that's why 5 governors of your party
were out.
Wow!
But he came out to say that
too high a price to pay.
He can do it well even without 5 of them.
So
that was a callous statement.
He came out
what
to say
was the result? Does the result favor PDP?
That was his Waterloo. That was his Waterloo.
That
was his Waterloo.
So they really need to put their house in order to give APC the run for their money. Because whether you like it or not, in terms of a membership, in terms of how many Labour Party governors that we have? Just about 1. PDP is still having about I think around 15 or thereabouts governors of the states. And whether you like it or not, you cannot prosecute presidential election without having the governors backing you. So PDP really need to quickly resolve their crisis ahead of 2027. Otherwise, it will be an easy run for APC to return to power.
Yes, I want to also say from what my friend has said, that there is a trust deficit for PDP from the people, from the Nigerian people, as at now. In fact, despite the crisis in Labour, Peter Obi alone has more credibility with Nigerians all over the country, and there is a build up of inroads now into the north. Many of the northern leaders have seen the mistake they made in supporting our present president, and there's a lot of realignment. So PDP is only on the path of self-destruct.
I mean,
yes, and there's a lot of inroad as a person, as an individual. If you are to allow independent candidate today, and you allow Obi to contest, Obi will beat any candidate hands down in this country. And of course, you know that it was this same crisis of PDP that led to Kakanzo leaving that same party to go and form another formidable party in the north.
NMPP.
And they swept.
And they swept the election in areas where they are well positioned and all of that. So you can see that PDP is on a path of self-destruct. It's on a path of self-destruct. And if care is not taken, it will vanish, and you find that all his political office holders today will either coalesce into other political parties, or at the end of the day, whatever is left as the carcass will not have any impact anywhere. So that's why they have to put their act together. But I can tell you for free that they are not going to get better.
PDP?
Oh yes.
Why do you say so?
Because the forces that are against PDP becoming one are stronger than the PDP itself.
What forces are you talking about?
Good. Now, he has mentioned one major force, the interest of the present president. Okay. The present president is hell-bent on winning 2027. Even if everybody in Nigeria is against it.
He has not come out to say it.
He has said it severally. All that has been going on, all that he's doing is for 2027. is, if you watch the government, watch their body language, watch what they are doing, it's all about winning 2027. And if that is so, the APC will not allow PDP
To have peace.
to have peace. They will look. It's all about deadly politics. It's all about politics of destabilization. Okay, so because they know the power that PDP wields, in terms, even in their fragmentation now, that you have some of them in Labour,
governors of the state.
yes, some of them in Labour, some of them in PDP, some of them in other APC and all that. Some of them, they know that if PDP is united, that's obviously what you are calling APC today is dead. Because number one, for non-performance. Number two is the fact that they lack credibility. Of course, a lot of people have seen the difference between the old PDP government, as terrible as it was, and the present government that promised change and have not delivered any change since they came in. And I'm talking of both Buhari's government and this present regime. So you find that Nigerians are actually looking for a solace. But why Nigerians are not bothered is that many Nigerians have made up their mind that is Obi or no other person. That is if they allow free and fair election. And if they don't allow free and fair election, Nigeria may boil.
You are not spokesperson for Nigeria.
No. I know what is on the street. I live in the street, and I have people around the country. If you do any national referendum now about this state, who do you want as president? You will be shocked what will come out of it.
I don't know where you became.
No, go ahead.
Peter Obi spokesperson.
Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
I don't know where you became Peter Obi spokesperson.
No, I'm not a Peter Obi person. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I'm an insulated person.
Okay.
But I'm telling you the minds of Nigerian people, because Nigerians are both the PDP and the APC. Nigerians are fed up of both the PDP and the APC because it's all about crisis.
All right, so let's switch down to our callers right here, 0903 714 2798. Yes, callers, and be part of this conversation, 0903 714 2798 or 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 0927. Don't forget you can send messages via WhatsApp. Send us messages via WhatsApp 027 0705 690 0927. All right, you have a message here. Good morning, crew. This is coming from Dayo in Lagos. He said, proper preparation prevents poor performance. A government who is not prepared for governance, but any results corrupt and above the law, cannot offer anything but lies, high servers, excuses, propaganda. That is why we are in the nightmare. It's a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. Daya from Fagma. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is James. I'm calling from Transfer.
Great. What do you got?
James.
Okay, James from Trade Fair. All right, go ahead. Make your comment.
I just want to say God bless that professor. He has said it all. You know more better than everyone in this country. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. God bless you too. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Nathan calling from Jobara.
All right, Nathan from Ojo Barracks. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Go ahead. Make your comment, please.
I really appreciate your guest for speaking frankly the mind of Nigerians. What he said is absolutely truth. In this country, we are fed up with political parties, both APC, PDP, Labour. What we need is a credible candidate that can bring Nigeria out of these shackles of disgrace. And the man will be, I'm not saying because I'm an Igbo man, but every Nigerian knows that the only qualified person that can lead Nigeria to part of progress is that man.
How do you know? I mean,
they can.
Let me put it to you. How do you know? Has he lead you
yes,
before?
with all his qualification, even the last vote.
Do you judge leadership by qualification?
Yes, both politicians and even his antecedents and everything prove that he's the man who can take us through. That is the truth. We must tell ourselves the truth in this context. We must say the truth. If there is the National Assembly should start a process of independent candidates. We need it in this country for us to vote a credible people into the power, into the governance.
All right, thank you
That's
very
my
much.
own. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I keep your call coming 0903 714 2798. 0903 714 2798. Or 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, please kindly turn down the volume on your radio set so we can hear you, please.
All right. Yeah. My name is Mr. Leonard. I'm calling from Amokoko.
All right, Leonard from Amokoko, please go ahead. Make your comment.
Yeah. I wonder why we've refused to call a spade in this country. Just like the man you identify as the spokesperson to Mr. P2B. He's not actually the spokesperson, but he's pointing on the reality on ground. The APC, the PDP, they have disappointed Nigerians. Therefore, we need a fresh hand. Let us give a test to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I was in a lighter mode when I called the barrister spokesperson, and because of how strongly he talked about the government and just a new change and all. So I didn't say he's a spokesperson. Please, I mean, let's not go there. Or barrister.
I know that you are joking, but they don't know that you are joking.
I mean, all right, so the phone lines are still open in Lagos, so let's talk. 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927. Or 0903 714 2798. 0903 714 2798. Good morning. Hello, Lagos.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
My name is Thompson. I'm calling from Aja.
Tosin from Aja.
Yes.
All right, please make your comment.
Yes, I want to make a comment on what one of you said. He said if Peter Obi should match with PDP, that he will be the current President Hansan. Do you think Nigeria put their trust in PDP or APC?
When did he say that?
I heard what he said when I was before I took the call through. He said if they can make Peter Obi be elected in PDP. That was what he said.
I don't think he mentioned.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
What I said is that if they can make him an independent candidate, the Nigerians have trust deficit, and credibility problems with the APC and with the PDP or any other party. Yeah. But Peter Obi stands out, and many Nigerians will point at him if there is going to be any change.
Do you know the crisis that is going on in PDP? I started with this Labour Party that will be representing also. Do you know that?
That's what we have said, that all parties, Nigerians, whether I'm not particular about Labour Party.
What I'm trying to bring out is that Nigerians don't believe in party.
That's exactly the same thing we are saying.
But we are saying the same thing.
That's what we are saying.
That's what we are saying.
That Nigerians are fed up of these parties and their crises. That
we are fed up.
Yes.
We are fed up. Nobody believes in APC, PDP, era anymore.
Yes.
We want a new era that we can choose by ourselves and say, this is the person we want. We want this person to lead us.
Exactly.
Either it goes wrong or it goes right. We know that, we choose this person by ourselves. We want the person that will hear us, that will be able to listen to us. We don't care about PDP, APC. We don't want anything that has to do with them anymore.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Yes, talking about this independent candidates, could it be also why the president has called for a parliamentary system, Mr. Tayo? I mean, is it not another, route of living?
I think it is high time that we have this independent candidacy in our electoral system.
Does it work?
We know it is also obtainable in some other older democracy, in other part of the world. And I want to put a challenge to the current National Assembly. I know they continue to do constitutional review every other time. They should, at least for once, let us also test the muddy waters of independent candidacy, and let's see how it's going to work. Though, whether we like it or not, it's not going to also come true. It's not going to come easy, because as an independent candidate, there are other challenges that you may also face in the long run, except for the fact that people are tired of most of these current political parties. They are not different, whether you like it or not, whether PDP, APC. Most members of the current APC are from the PDP, whether you like it or not. Like just rightly pointed out, the current Senate president was a PDP governor of 2 terms, was a senator for 2 terms or 3 terms, before he now, jumped over to, how many of them do you want to count?
Very strong member of the PDP.
So that means they consider each or every other political party at a point at convenience for them to win an election. And when there is a crisis within that party, they quickly look elsewhere like a prostitute and go and also, because that's their trade. Now we are talking about 2027. Now we have been seeing cross-carpeting. People have been moving, particularly from NNPP, from Labour to APC. Why are they moving? Because they want to get assurance that they will get tickets and win the ballot come 2027.
Interesting. Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Prince. I'm calling from Lemosho.
All right, Prince, please make your comment.
Yes, all these things we are saying right now, is it going to be possible for us to have a credible election in 2027? Even if that will be out right now, are we sure what happened in 2023 will not happen again? In rigging the election again? Nigerians are not ready. We are still enjoying the garden we drink. Because if election come now, somebody come out and said, 10,000 naira, they will give their vote to whoever they want to give their vote to. So we are not ready yet. We are still playing.
All right. Thank you very much. Says the Nigerians are not ready. I don't know if Nigerians are not ready, but Nigeria seems to be. I mean, the calls we had saying that some are probably ready, but maybe they're looking for a new dynamic from maybe HINEC or the political parties or maybe the National Assembly to just tweak things and make things a little bit better for Nigerians. Well, I have a message here. Good morning. With Obi, you can see difference between leaders and rulers, brilliant minds and low-grade minds, vision and visionless people, data-based and excuses makers, conservative and wasteful people. He would have been president if the cash and carry INEC and judiciary has done its own work well. That is why it's important to attend debate, to check the level of capacity and competency. None of those things Obi stated this government will do, but abuse Obi. Expecting this government to work is like expecting a blind man to lead you to cross an expressway full of fast cars. It's a suicide mission. You can't give what you don't have. It's a shame. The worst of us is ruling the best of us. Well, this comment, yes, keep your comments coming. Right there, send a message on WhatsApp 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call us on 0903 714 2798. 0903 714 2798. The other numbers 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where you calling from, please?
My name is Obatunde Mike. I'm calling from Lekki.
All right, Obatunde from Lekki. Please make your comments.
Yes. This will be issue. I don't know. I don't think I'm on the same page with your guest anyway.
Okay.
Now, it's fine to throw tantrums, to throw blames, but Obi was a member of PDP, right?
Yeah.
He crossed carpets.
Oh, please call us back. I think you're trying to make a point of, 14 will be there also when he cross carpeted to this thing. But
yes.
Call us back 0705 890 4927. 0705 890 4927. 27. Let's still go to overall conversations. What impact could the PDP's internal conflict have on its ability to compete in future elections?
Well, you see, the problem of having, just like my good brother said earlier, the problem of having a credible opposition is one of the bane of our democracy as at now. There is no credible or formidable opposition.
Let me hold you there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning from your guest. My name is Mr. Eze. I'm calling now from VI.
All right, Eze from VI, please make your comment.
Yes, I'm a good listener of your radio.
Thank you very much.
So what the barrister is saying is good though, but there's no way what happened in 2023 election will not repeat itself. There's no way. There's no way. They don't believe on our vote. They have INEC, they have the soldiers, they have the police, they have the agbolos, they have the court. Where will you start? Where will you start? There's no way it can happen. So if I'm told that advice to be, I would have told him, my friend, just go and race, leave them, let them do what they want. And secondly, I remember what Kwankwaso said and the L5 2023, he said, Obi cannot rule Nigeria. They say what he said because of he's an Igbo man. Even if he win it, they will not give it to him. And at the end, what happened? The former governor of Kaduna State, L5, mentioned the same thing. So if I'm to the voice, I would have advised him to go and race, take him money and do another business. Allow Nigeria with their own thing, maybe they do their own thing the way they want. Nigeria never ready. If they're ready, everybody will trip out. Even if they kill 1 million of Nigeria, all that will remain.
We don't want that, please. All right. Thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I understand the spate of anger in Nigerians and all of this, but I mean, does it seem to be like Obi is a messiah? I mean, no one is like,
Well, let me start by making reference to America. They had election that brought in the return of Donald Trump 2.0. Even in Ghana, there was an election. You saw the way all this election went. No controversy, no hanky-panky, no judiciary deciding the fate of.
Exactly.
So that's what Nigerians also expect.
Can we get there?
And we are not demanding too much from INEC. Let our vote count. That's exactly what we want. Let us be the one to choose our leaders and not the other way around.
Why is it difficult for votes to count?
It is because of the politics of winner takes all. And fortunately, or unfortunately rather, we also have a judiciary that has also compromised in one way or the other. Our judiciary is also the same way they say the media or journalists is the problem. The problem that is coming from the judiciary is more than any other sector of the economy. Because the judiciary, they aided politicians to also perpetrate themselves in power. We know the way it works. It's like it's becoming the highest bidder. And that's quite unfortunate. How come that you'll be seeing conflicting judgment, conflicting report from the same constitution? Is it not the same constitution that all these judges read? Are they also not giving ruling from the same constitution? How come you have conflicting reports, conflicting judgment? Sadly, we have one of them in the studio, but
I'm not a judge yet.
No, but
yes,
it needs to be addressed.
I mean, seriously,
it seems to be like they rely, so they know that whatever happens, they have the
judiciary.
That's
why they say go to court.
And and because they know that they always
say go to court
behind
because they are already waiting for you at the court.
Yeah.
They know how they do the things.
And many elections, outside the country, it's just they don't even go to.
We had the election that brought in President Trump. We had the election that brought in the former vice president of Ghana, former president of Ghana. He returned after about he tried 2 times, he didn't succeed. Now he's back in power. There was no noise about.
Kwara State, or they said it was.
He has origin trace to Nigeria.
I mean, all of this, the judiciaries were not involved. But when it comes to Nigeria, you start dragging.
Well, let me say this: that the courts are not supposed to make a governor or a president in any election. It's not the function of the court
to pronounce
to make a governor that this is the governor. But we saw that aberration in Imo State.
Yeah.
Where somebody who was not even second in an election.
That's the APC.
Yes, was declared the real governor and all of that. And the Nigerian judiciary is having
even in Osun State,
a lot of
the PDP,
a lot of challenges created by itself. You know, that's unfortunate. They created their own problem. Well, the political irresponsibility that we are fighting as a nation, you know, this political rascality that you find in Nigeria ought to have been caught by the courts. But unfortunately, because of some sectional interests, some powerful interests, the courts found themselves overwhelmed and overruled by the executive, by the strong political party in government, and by unnecessary extraordinary influences in determining the cases that come before them. And that's why we're having this challenge. I must admit that our courts have been part of the crisis of our polity today. Because quite enough, and it's not unfortunate because there's a lot of political horse trading. There's a lot of razzmatazz that goes into even the recruitment of the judges. It's not the best of men that you find emerging as judges in Nigeria today because of the process. Okay, there's a lot of corrupting influences in the process where people who are not members of the bench, those who are not even legal people,